These oysters are the bread and butter for families in Wakulla County, but sadly, all they can do is toss them back in the water. That's old report cards and notebooks and even a file cabinet all covered in ashes. This is where the McDermotts say Lynn took the latch off of this stall and went inside, but little did he know the cameras were still rolling. Brian Jones was very remorseful as he took the podium today. He turned to the Champion family and he expressed his deepest condolences. The city manager says at any time these trucks are ready to go with the flick of a switch. All right, guys, so I'm trying to get my tickets right now. Actually, you know, I'm hoping to win myself here. Got a little wish list of my own. Just as I showed you earlier, take a look at this pack of 500 sheets of paper. Now, that's just only a quarter of what those documents were that were released today in Champion's case. It's a very active scene. If you take a look behind me right here, you can see them pulling the car out. About 175 residents come to toss out their trash every day. So if you wanted to know which of the candidates' cookies taste better, for instance, just go to your phone and say, "I'm Brittany Jones." It's just that simple. Getting the boat prepared for the main catch of the day, oysters. But with boat troubles, oystermen Matt Hodges and Clark Nichols say it can be tough just getting out in the water.
It's all in a day's work.
And once in it, finding oysters in these troubled waters, still recovering from the Gulf oil spill 3 years ago, even more difficult.
We had a great supply. That was the year I established my oyster business.
Now that supply is drying out, the problem: oystermen are now prohibited from fishing in the Skipper Bay because of polluted water. So Hodges has to travel more than 100 miles to Apalachicola Bay every day.
We got out there and by 3 o'clock, we had 2.5 bags of oysters on my boat. And that equals negative $20 for that day.
But after adding up the cost to buy the oysters on top of the gas money, this catch comes up empty. Now these oysters are the bread and butter for families in Wakulla County, but sadly, all they can do is toss them back in the water.
I feel like I'm not only gonna fail my family, I'm gonna fail these other oystermen.
This bay is their livelihood. And if they don't work in this bay, they can't go different places and look for jobs because there are no jobs.
Nichols and Hodges say the solution?
What we ask now is to get a help where we can move these oysters out of closed waters and put them where they can be harvested within 30 days at the most.
Wakulla County commissioners say they're behind these oystermen 100% and are hoping BP funding will be released soon to help the hundreds of families.
We have been forgotten.
Now struggling.
Putting my neck, my family on the line in hopes that somebody's gonna come down here and bail us out.
Just trying to stay afloat. Brittany Jones, WTXL, ABC 27, dedicated to you. For Jonathan White, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to decorate his home for the holidays.
It's a lot.
But this is no easy task for Jonathan. He has cerebral palsy, which affects his fine motor skills. He also has difficulties with his speech and arthritis in his hands.
Every day I do this, it's made me feel a lot better. And don't think about the pain, the problem, everything I'll go through.
Very kind.
Jonathan and his mom, Monette, searched tirelessly through boxes of decorations to placing lights on the bushes and on the roof.
I remain in the house when Jonathan is on the roof because we tend to make each other nervous. But for him to do the clips that are required to connect lighting on the roof, it's just amazing that he can do this.
Jonathan spends a lot of time preparing to set up the Winter Wonderland, a site that puts smiles on hundreds of faces every year.
I gave some of my lights and some of my stuff to the kids who don't have money, don't have stuff. I give some of my stuff to make the yard look pretty and make a kid's face smile.
We thought this was the best house in the neighborhood.
And as you can imagine, neighbors admire his work year after year.
There's a lot of people that really don't do anything, but then you see someone who does have cerebral palsy that works his heart out, who does his best to do something to make, like I said, other people very happy.
We have to take her up in the
Bringing the Christmas spirit out of the families is exactly what he'll be doing. Just look for him all dressed up like Santa Claus, making the kids smile. And if you're driving down Jory Lane to see all of these beautiful bright lights, just like Jonathan said, it'll surely be one sight to see. In Tallahassee, Brittany Jones, WTXL, ABC 27. Greg Young tells me it's going to be a tough job, but he says he's up for the challenge.
And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you the next director of the Marching and Pep Bands at Florida University, Dr. Sylvester Young. Yeah.
It's a victory for Sylvester Young, a former Rattler who will now take over the famed Marching 100 as band director.
My experiences over the years, I think, has brought me to the point where I feel very capable that I could actually handle this position.
Young is stepping into shoes of former 40-year veteran band director Julian White, who resigned amid the fallout over the 2011 hazing-related death of drum major Robert Champion.
We're going to make every student in the band become an ambassador for the university. To do that, they have to somewhat define very clearly why they came to FAMU, you know, and it has to be more than just the band.
Young worked for Ohio University for 25 years and was also the band director. It's tunes like these members of the 100 and student body are hoping Young will bring to FAMU's campus.
This is a great day today that we finally have a band director to finally move forward to getting this band where it needs to be.
It's great to see something that they've worked so hard to build to come back and make step one of that progress.
And step two, working closely with the new special anti-hazing assistant, making sure students are safe.
It's just, again, putting the right people in place, great leadership and great support from our students and our faculty as well as our alums.
Young planning to enforce some strict rules.
We'll monitor those policies, and if anyone violates those policies, then of course they will be dealt with.
So this band can be known for triumph and not tragedy. Well, if you're ready for some sweet sound of jazz, Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse is live from the Ponce de Leon Park for Jazz in the Park tonight. And Cass has been gorgeous all day. What's the forecast for people coming out tonight? Well, Apple's iPhone 5 is officially on sale in the U.S., and many of you wasted no time rushing to the stores to grab yours. A jeweler in Metro Atlanta is adding some bang to the bling. 1 in 7 of Americans hadn't even started shopping. 3 South Georgia men behind bars tonight after deputies find drugs in a stolen weapon. Downtown Tallahassee is about to jazz things up tonight. Get this, more people are packing heat literally. Here's a look at a few of the stories we're working on for tonight. A man is in the hospital tonight after troopers say he led them on a high-speed chase and crashed. Tonight we're learning the names of 2 teen girls killed in a car crash Saturday afternoon. Residents along the East Coast are starting to pick up the pieces from Superstorm Sandy, but there's a long road ahead of them. On the Korean Peninsula tonight, watching and waiting. Believe it or not, you can make a few small changes that will lower your blood pressure, boost your immune system, and just help you feel good inside. A study is set to begin tomorrow for the shelter in Tallahassee. This comes after allegations of poor conditions and mistreatment at the shelter surfaced back in February. I know one thing, a lot of you, and sometimes I have this problem, people at work tend to drink a lot of soda. How do you kick that habit for the new year? If my team wins, Greg will be wearing orange and blue.
Now,
doesn't he look good?
I got to admit, it does look kind of sharp.
Looking great.
It does look pretty sharp.
Seafood Thanksgiving.
Seafood dressing is the best.
And you put that on the turkey?
No, not the turkey. You just eat it on the side. I mean, if you want to put it in the turkey, you could, but
that's true.
I prefer mine on the side with a little bit of hot sauce.